A little birdie told me that a 20-year curse is about to be lifted. Happy Halloween. And welcome back to the Metamystic Show. It's Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. This is a collective, timeless reading, but do I want to say that? Because I do believe that this particular reading here with the moon, this particular reading, I do believe is directly tied to Pluto in Aquarius, which is a 20-year transit. So we have this going through 2043, technically 2044. So the way that they were showing me this is, yes, this is very mystical. This does have to do with, for some, this is like moon magic. That's how they tied you down. I'm seeing that you could have been dealing with a person. This would be somebody close to you guys. With the moon, it could literally be your mother, or this could be like a wife, right? This is a sister. This would be a feminine energy with the moon here. Now, take that as it resonates, right? But this would be someone with the Queen of Cups, just to confirm. Ace of Cups. Oh my God, guys. Now, not everybody's the same age here, but you know, this sort of shit happens even when you're like later in life. But this could be parents for some of you. And I'm going to get deeper into it, guys. I'm barely getting a worded in edgewise here with the channeling. I'm a Virgo. I like to set things up properly, and the channeling's just like, this is what they need to know. Okay. Let's calm down. 20-year transit, for those who are more on the logical side of things and are just like, okay, this whole like witchy moon magic stuff doesn't necessarily resonate with me. Now, it still could be the case for those of you who are saying that, right? I'm seeing a woman specifically like waiting for the moon cycles to do certain rituals. I'm hearing surrounding your life. With the Six of Pentacles, this is very, very karmic, guys. I'm hearing the guides say with the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, we warned them. We tried to warn them. We tried to say that this is not something. I'm hearing, we tried to warn them. We tried to say this is something that should be left at bay. So they could have been doing like, they could have been speaking words, spells, incantations, whatever. Now, hey, I love to work with the moons. So you could be somebody who does as well. And for some, I'm seeing that this is somebody who could even like pretend like they do not do this sort of work. For some, they could be outright against this, but they're secretly doing it, or they have been. For some of you with the King and Queen of Cups, this is a relationship. But guys, this would be a long thing. This is like a 20-year thing. Confirmation. Now, more of the astrology side, I do believe that they were showing me the reason why this is happening now is because Pluto has gone into Aquarius, and this is a 20-year cycle. So it's all going to be different now, guys. It's going to be different no matter what. So that's why it's going to feel like some sort of a curse is being lifted here, because for some of us, this was a very challenging transit, depending, right? But getting off of that, more over to the witchy side, the reason why they're having me do this as a Halloween reading is because there are some darker themes here with the moon. So let's just get into the cards, and then I will see how they want me to kind of present this, because this is a huge message. I'm seeing that for some of you, this cord was connected through emotional manipulation. I'm hearing like guilting you. I'm hearing they tried to guilt you to stay attached. For others, this is like a sexual thing. So place that where it needs to go, right, guys? Regardless, this curse is being broken. It's being lifted. It's more lifted. That's why I made the title 20-Year Curse Lifted. Because in one of my other readings recently, I talked about being airlifted out of one territory and moved into another. And this was in the context of interdimensional travel. This was in the context of ETs and UFOs and like moving you to another. It's going to be like you're on another planet. And bringing it back again to the astrology, this would be because it's like moving from one sign to another. It's going to feel like being on another planet because it literally is another planet, right? Especially with Pluto, that's such a big energy. Yeah, for some of you, there's people that are about to be running for their life here. I'm hearing something about running for Congress or running from Congress. I don't know what that's about. And now we're back to Judgment again. So the time has come, guys. Things have moved in the sky. You know, we're in a different cycle now, and there's nothing that can be said or done or changed. Something is lifting. It's like you're going to feel like you're lifted out of one place and into another. For some of you, your finances are going to get sporadically better. I'm hearing that. It's going to be like bursts. It's ebbs and flows, guys. So if it's finances, this is something like over time, you're just going to continue to do better and better, and then it might pull back a little bit and then hit you again. It's coming through as like the Knight of Wands. So we're going to get 3 cards here today. 20-year curse lifted. Every time I say the word lifted, it's like being lifted up in a helicopter, being airlifted. Two of Swords, if you were curious. They don't want to show you everything, though, guys. This is kind of just a taste. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, because they don't want you to try to move things around here. Like, they don't want you to get down on yourself or think like, oh, that's not possible. My life's been this way for 20 years and it's going to continue being this way. They don't even want to give you the opportunity to speak ill will on this big change, guys. They just want you to see it for yourself. Seeing is believing, even for the skeptics, right? You know, even for the most skeptical person, if something changes enough, they'll become a believer, right? So let's just let it play out, guys. This is a big transit. It's a big world. It's a big life. 20 years is a long time, but the next 20 is as well. A lot can change in that period of time, and we can have hope for the future. The Lovers just popped out. For some of you, you're going to be meeting a partner during this time, and it's going to change everything. I'm hearing those words, and I'm seeing the Tower. There's something shocking about that if it's a partner for you. It's like an unlikely pairing, even though on the Lovers card, they're like perfectly matched. I'm seeing you guys like cuddling in bed, and your bodies just like fit perfectly together. Yeah, but they don't want to show too much about that. Two of Swords. They don't want to psych you out. I'm getting that. Right? Even if it's something you want, sometimes we can get in our heads and ruin things or delay them. But even if that's the case, the universe has their ways, right? But why go through all that when we can just do it right the first time? 1, 2, and 3. 20-year curse lifted for the collective. Now, with the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, followed by that 6 of Pentacles that we discussed earlier in the reading, I am seeing this directly as some sort of financial thing for some here, where I'm seeing you, it's like quicksand. I'm seeing you using all of your energy just to stay afloat, so to speak, or above, the sand. But what I'm seeing is there's something specific here, like a collaboration or a collaborative effort. Yeah, they're coming in hot, man. Yeah, they're coming in to try to really silence this. So we know this is true then, right? So 3 of Pentacles with the 6 of Pentacles. This was a group effort. This is very karmic. And hey, I wouldn't want this to turn on me, right? Life is hard enough. Who wants negative karma coming against them, pushing them while they're down, kicking them while they're down? But for some, that's what I'm hearing perspired. That's what transpired here. Yeah, somebody's like perspiring. They're very nervous here. There's someone who's very nervous. We have a King of Cups who's trying to like run away from this. Yeah, they can't outrun this. For some of you, I'm hearing like running from the cops. I'm hearing the sound of police sirens with the Justice card, the 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So this is just not good news, guys, for those who were gaining what they thought were God's gifts, I'm hearing, off of your back, right? Now, again, if that's too woo-woo for you, we can just keep it more about us and less about other people. This could have just been something, this previous transit in Pluto in Aquarius, now that we've entered Pluto in Aquarius, is going to change your finances. Like this previous transit could have been hard on you financially, right? And now all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, it's going to roll out over like a long period of time, right? 20 years. It's going to feel like you're being given opportunities. Your investments are going to begin to pay off as well. I'm seeing that. With the 6 of Pentacles, you could have felt like you were moving against the current for a long time with the 5 of Pentacles, that no matter what you did, no matter what you tried, it kind of just felt like you were still in lack in some way. Now, this can all be in our minds too, right, guys? This could have been something that was pushed into us by how we were raised or experiences that we've been through with money. It's going to start to feel like those things that you were working so hard for, 3 of Pentacles, in the past. It's like all of a sudden you're going to start to realize those things are growing. I've had this image before and I have no idea which reading it was, but it's coming through again. It's this imagery of an overgrown field with like an old barn and a house that's run down, and it's like it's been abandoned. But people start to realize that these crops are coming up and they're viable crops. There were these old seeds that got like refertilized somehow, probably just by the energy, and the astrology would be the example of this, right? Where a change happens, it kind of brings back to life, or with Pluto, rebirths or resurrects old things that we thought were gone or things that were abandoned. Now, for some of you, you could have felt abandoned emotionally here with the 5 of Pentacles and the King of Cups. You could have felt, like people ran away from you with the Knight of Swords. You could have dealt with people who were runners, right? So let's take a look here, guys. Or you were the runner, right? And no judgment here. It's like this would be an emotional poverty as well, where running away because maybe we feel like we're not enough, or running away from opportunities that the universe wants to give us or wanted to in the past, but it's like we found ourselves running away from that because we didn't feel like we were a good enough collaborator, whatever that could mean. Like, I'm seeing you sitting, who's resonating with this, sitting in a room full of others that do the same sort of work as you or have the same sort of skills as you or similar. And it's like imposter syndrome. It's like feeling that even though all of these people are on the same team, it's this feeling of lack, like not being enough for whatever reason here in different settings, whether it be in love, in career, just in the world in general. So let's get into these cards, everybody. 20-year curse lifted. Card number 1 for the collective. We have the 2 of Wands here. I'm getting that again. Old plans will be revitalized. There are things that are going to begin to come back to you that you forgot about. This is big news, guys, because by you moving into this new phase of your life, it's going to feel like you're being born again. And it's something that happens slowly over time, so it might not feel like a big drastic change. It's not going to with a long transit like Pluto and Aquarius, but the 2 of Wands, it's like he's looking at the world and he's seeing it with new eyes. He's seeing another chance for himself. I'm hearing this is like a second chance reading, like having another chance. Someone's dog might be named Chance or something like that, because the word chance is really sticking out to me. I am seeing a dog specifically. All right, let's move through these guys. Let's see. Card number 2, the Ace of Wands. Exactly. That would be this. The old plans, it's like he's putting his hand on the wand once more. This would be something that you put down a long time ago. This would be something that you gave up on, possibly, because you felt like you were moving against the current. Now, that could have been because it wasn't the time, right? There is divine timing at play, I believe, to everything. And sometimes we're late bloomers, or so it seems. Sometimes we are outliers as well. So I got both of those concepts from Malcolm Gladwell, and his concept of being a late bloomer is interesting to me because it shows that even if you start to succeed in what you've wanted to succeed in later in life, it's almost like a benefit for those who resonate with this, because, and this is my perception now, you spend so much time cultivating an idea or a perspective about yourself, the world, a certain craft. I'm seeing this more of, this is like an idea of yourself and who you could become with the Ace of Wands. This is the Magician's wand. This is your magic wand. This is everything that you perceive would be your ideal existence. Now, this is a very dark energy that would have come in and squashed that dream, that would have come in and discouraged that dream or convinced you that you were not enough in some way. Whether that was an actual person or people, or whether this is just the karmic Six of Pentacles as well with the Justice card, the karmic way of things, right? Just the way things are in general. But with the moon here still, with the High Priestess, some of you, there was a targeted attack though, and I can't glaze over that. Alana Glazer? Is that her name? I can't glaze over this. Glazed donuts, Krispy Kreme. See, there's somebody here who pretended like they either knew nothing of the darker realms in general, but then there's also another category here of those who practiced these things against you, this earth angel here, and claimed that you were of the darkness, right? And I'm really seeing this more like this, guys. It's the High Priestess in the reverse. It's the High Priestess with the Ten of Swords. That's why this would have been translated as a curse, because, well, this was something so repetitive, so cyclical, that for some here, this was like menstruating. It's like every month this thing would happen. It would come in fast. And, even if you don't menstruate, guys, it's just an example with the moons, the lunar cycles and stuff. It's that natural, I'm saying. Somebody implemented something with the moon cycles, whether they have ever admitted that to you or not. For some, this is not the case. But for some, this would have been so well hidden that it would start to feel like coming in and out like the tide, guys. Rushing in at certain points to press this Five of Pentacles into you with the Knight of Swords. Pressure. It's like I'm seeing it being pressed into your skin. This Five of Pentacles, these insecurities, these feeling that you're an outsider, or feeling lack, or feeling like you're the black sheep of the family, right? Or feeling like you're not good enough in a relationship. No matter how hard you tried, it was never enough. This person would have never been satisfied, and possibly even would rub that in your face by like pursuing other options with the Knight of Cups and things like this. With the Five of Pentacles, this would have been intentional. I'm getting that. So that's why it would have felt like a curse, guys. But it's not a curse, because that implies it has power over us, which it doesn't. The only reason it did was because there was something in the darkness. So if you're resonating with this point of the message, this is intentional. Like, this would have been trying to purposely squash your dreams, any new beginning you had, squash your plans, even down to love interests. I'm getting that. I'm seeing this person come in and tell like lies to a love interest so they would lose interest in you. Or they'd get like somebody their age to like talk to them and tell them like, oh, that's a terrible person. Like, this person went undetected, guys. And it's not just one person for everybody. I don't like fantastical readings that are lying to an audience, right? Because I believe in proper change. I believe in real life change. I believe in actually helping people and giving a shit about people instead of just doing shit for views. That's negative karma, right? So I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to make shit more fantastical than it really is. And I'm also not going to go so far the other direction where I take all of the magical shit out of it and I'm leaving out all of the stuff that I spent the last 20 years understanding, being a 12th house stellium myself, with the moon, understanding all the stuff that's been in the darkness this entire time and why my life has been so challenging and it's been feeling like I've been swimming upstream when I'm an extremely hard worker. Like I've always been very positive as well. Like I'm grateful for my life, 9 of cups. Like even when shit has happened that has been things that I should have fallen to the ground and never gotten up again, 10 of swords, I still found a way to find a silver lining. So I was starting to do some investigative work years ago when I could not understand what was going on. And I know a lot of you relate to that sort of thing. It's like this would have been a mystery, like an unsolved mystery with the moon. So again, for some of you, this was a moon cycle thing, ritual magic. And now that you know about it, that's what lifts it, right? And instead of retaliating against this person or confronting this person, Four of Pentacles, yeah, for some of you, this is definitely a family member that was in extreme competition with you, or a partner, or a boss, right? But for some, this is like, this has to do with beating down your ego with the Sun and the Five of Pentacles so that your ideas and your passion would not see the light of day, are the words that I'm getting. They wanted to keep you very cloaked in the shadows, in the darkness, with the moon and the sun. Like, this would have been them using the moon against the sun. Like, they were battling the sun using the power of the moon. Does that make sense? Like, for some in ancient times, I'm seeing this person worshiping the moon. Hey, you know what? I find myself, I wouldn't say I worship the moon. I have deep reverence for the moon and I work with the moon cycles. So I'm somebody that loves the moon. I love the night. I love the sky. I love the stars. But this is not that, guys, right? This is like an intentional plan to extract energy from you by keeping you in a low vibration, right? That's how they were able to siphon from you. And it could have even looked like, it could have even been like people saying to you, like, what's your problem? Why can't you just kind of get it together? And those were the very people that were doing this to you, right? So, let's see here. Yeah, when I'm looking at the High Priestess and the Moon together, it gives me the heebie-jeebies, guys. I'm seeing some really dark imagery. Like, I'm seeing animal and using them in rituals, harvesting energy from animals, using animals. Like, this would be the opposite of somebody who worships nature. But I feel like, and you know, the world and the animals, and like, this is somebody who used the moon. Like, the moon doesn't favor this person, guys. The moon has been waiting. I'm getting these words. I've never said anything like this before. The moon has been waiting to give this person their karma, and the time has come. This person doesn't want, this moon does not want this person worshiping them. This moon looks at this person as a stain on their coat. I'm hearing that. That's an interesting. I do have this peach moonstone here, by the way. This is a very moon heavy reading. So interesting. It feels deeply feminine. It feels deeply It feels like a mother energy coming in and lifting you up, lifting you out of the grave. I'm hearing that. This is like a resurrection of your soul, guys. This is a new beginning, a revitalization. 20-year curse lifted. Card number 3. Page of Wands. Yeah, guys, you're about to feel invigorated for this next leg of the race. You're going to get like a second wind. Even if you're a little bit later in life, guys, I'm getting the same message. This will be feeling like you get a second wind or a third wind or a fourth wind. And it's coming through as win. Like you're going to have a big win here. So let's clarify these because these are literally all wands, everybody. Like, wow. This is a lot of inspirational energy. Like, you're going to want to make changes. Whoa. I didn't even see that. You're going to want to explore. I'm hearing that with the Fool. You may feel like doing something completely different and new that you've never done before, that you've never experienced before. Some of you are going to get married or have a relationship. Page of Wands as well can be a child. It doesn't have to be, guys, but with the moon energy, you know, that can be mother energy. I'm hearing mother hen. That could even be over a community for some here. Like you could feel like a mother hen over a community. All right. 2 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Page of Wands for the collective. Let's take a look here, guys. What's funny about this reading, or I should say really what's strange about this reading, is the energy leading up to it was so dreadful. I felt my body in a state of dread. I thought this was going to be so dark and so evil, this reading. Just because of the energy I was feeling. Like I'm just seeing like skulls on the ground and like just really dark imagery from the ages of old. I'm hearing like this is ancient stuff. I'm seeing like ghosts and graves and entities and all sorts of like stuff that it's like I'm seeing them closing the door, and you know how when you're closing the door, the light is going with it, and as the light is going with it, the door is closing, and we're locking that door and closing off that whole thing once and for all. Ace of Wands, and here we are. This is the new beginning. And this is a big, big new beginning. I mean, to get the Ace of Wands for a 20-year transit, that's a pretty good, that looks good, right? That looks good for finances. That looks good for love. That looks good for new beginnings in general, with the Page of Wands especially. That looks good for any plans that you've been wanting to implement, you know, anything that you've had on your heart. I'm seeing something about like buying a vacation home. Like this is the extras for some people. And look, guys, right behind the Ace of Wands, we have the 5 of Pentacles. All right. Attempting to keep these readings to 45 minutes so I can keep my episodes clean, clear, and to the point for the collective. All right. Hope you guys have a great Halloween. Yes, 3 of Wands on the bottom. This is our future, guys. This is the future we can look forward to after a hard run of things. Even if for you, you just see it as an astrological thing. perfectly valid as well. It doesn't always have to be all this like spooky stuff. We do have the devil at the bottom though, guys. So for those of you who do believe, it's looking pretty devilish down here. All right. Oh, 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 oh. Look, guys, this is beautiful. See, this is like with the King of Swords. This is official here. Like this is an official mandate. I'm hearing and seeing this is an official mandate over the land. This is like a not a town crier. It wouldn't be a town crier. This would be an official government announcement, but I'm seeing this old world, guys. I'm seeing this would have been centuries ago that this person, that's the setting, is coming out and saying a new way will be paved, a new pathway with the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands would be more like a town crier. The Page of Wands is a messenger. So some of you are called to bring good news. I'm hearing with the Ace of Cups, you're called to be someone who speaks messages of hope, and helps to bring others out of, I'm hearing the depths of despair, guys. Because, yeah, that's the energy with this reading with the Five of Pentacles that I was feeling. And I'm not trying to downplay this at all, guys, by not going into the gory details. It's just that a lot of my readings recently have been these themes, and this reading specifically is kind of showing, so what's going to happen next? Because I feel like we've really gone into a lot of those gory details with the energy vampires and the abusive situations that we've been through, and possibly even like substance abuse with the devil. Working through our attachment styles and our control issues, and running versus chasing, and chasing versus running in relationships, and possibly dealing with like mother issues or father issues with the Emperor, or working through our own psychic gifts and abilities. All of this stuff is connected here, guys, and this reading here is really just showing this is the future and this is the hope. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, Page of Wands. Clarifying the Two of Wands, we have the Fool, guys. And we're off and running with these plans with the Two of Wands. We're getting ready here. We're revving up to take a leap of faith. So you could be in planning stages right now, or you're going to start to feel that way. I'm getting that. You're going to start to feel inspired or motivated to do things that you never thought possible. I'm getting that, guys. Clarifying the Ace of Wands, we have the Strength card. I'm hearing you deserve this. You've worked for this. You're the one who's manifested this change, this new beginning with the Ace of Wands. You have tamed the inner beast with the Strength card to prepare you for a time that would one day come, and that time is now. So again, that goes back to that divine timing element. You could have been like, oh, life's passed me by. I had all these plans and I never achieved those things. Not so fast. With the Ace of Wands and the Fool, there's divine timing at play, I do believe. I'm hearing that song, What a Fool Believes. Is that the Doobie Brothers? I don't know. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but I keep hearing that What a Fool Believes part. It's kind of like a groovy jam. I'm saying that on the Fool. It's like everything that you went through that strengthened you over time, now the door is opening. One door is closing and a whole new door is opening here. This is, I mean, imagine it like this. This is a reading for the next 20 years. This is looking pretty positive, guys, right? because we're aware of how to harness an energy like this, right? Instead of just staying in despair after everything that's happened, we can start again. We can have a whole new life, a whole new thing. Like, this is a new show. This is a new book. This is a new movie. It's a new day, guys. Clarifying the Page of Wands, we have the Seven of Swords. This is what was stolen from you, or that was the perception, is this Page of Wands with the Seven of Swords. This cannot be stolen away. Now, let me ask one more question on that. Clarify that Seven of Swords. I just saw the Tower coming out. I'm hearing this widow. Yikes, guys. I don't know why it's coming out like that. Whatever. This High Priestess in the reverse with the moon, and the moon on this deck as well. Yikes. Guys, what I'm getting is all of that hidden stuff with the Seven of Swords and the moon twice. It's coming out into the light of day, and it can't be avoided. So, this may be a sad time for some with the Five of Cups, that we wouldn't even wish this sort of karma on our worst enemies. And unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do to stop this, guys. It's out of our hands. So, I would just step out of the way, live your life, win your life. Yeah, win your life. Live your life and focus on yourself and move on from anybody or anything that was purposely trying to project all of their insecurities upon you, which is really what that would have been anyways, psychologically speaking, with the Five of Pentacles, right? You could have this person blocked, or that's the advice with the Queen of Swords, because it's like they're just all drama guys, and they're going to just do this whole thing all over again with the Ace of Wands right as you're stepping into things, but it's like too much now. You can't really... Yeah, guys, you're an Earth Angel with the Temperance card. This was like a battle between two, which is strange because I would not think of the High Priestess as negative at all. I love the High Priestess. I identify as a High Priestess, and I know a lot of you guys do as well. So I'm seeing this, though, as this person trying to battle you, but you became this alchemizer with the Temperance card. Like, whether you realize it or not, you have learned how to transmute all of this negative energy, and that is what is powering this new beginning for you. Yeah, guys, and this person, they're gonna feel fearful because with the Nine of Wands and the Two of Swords, they're not gonna understand what's happening, just like they did to you. They kept you in the dark. They did things to you. They siphoned from you. They thought you'd never find out. But karma's a thing, guys, and this is a contract. I'm hearing this is a legally binding contract. Remember, we had the King of Swords with the Devil? I'm seeing these contracts being handed out like candy. Happy Halloween, trick or treat. That's what I'm seeing. With the Justice card right behind that and the Eight of Pentacles. This has been a long time coming. Yeah, it's like this person's like a child, guys. It's like they hit it out of my hand. They're very immature. They could have tried to turn a group against you with the Three of Cups, right? But you were strong. You persevered. King of Wands, strength energy here with the Strength card. Guys, whatever's happening here is none of our business, right? This has been a life lesson for a lot of people here, is learning how to transmute, turning negative into positive, and to become these master alchemizers, not just manifestors, which would be the magician to me, but alchemizers. I see the Temperance card as a higher level magician. This is the magician, but it's more than that. This is somebody that's like in the lab, pouring all these different potions together and creating... This would be like the Emerald Tablet. This is the mystical stuff. I'm hearing this is what the mystics would have dreamed about. This sort of energy that we have learned how to alchemize and use to our advantage here, guys. So the next 20 years it's about to be showcased, all of this negative energy, that was put towards you, or this was just, a part of the transit. This is just part of life, right? Depending on how you want to look at it, because either way is correct, I believe. I put both together personally, somehow. But it's like all of that was actually it was being gathered up, and now it's about to be released. Like, you have alchemized and turned negative into something very, very positive. So much love, everybody. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. If you would like to listen to the Metamystic Show, you can always listen every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're interested in booking a reading with me, my info is down below, and I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart who donates to support this show. It means the world to me. I love you guys. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you on the next one.